so now it is Opal time. and
close to its final destination.
I know. And I'll tell you, I've been I don't know if I would say putting this off as far as like kind of talking about the Opal,
Right.
but it's a little bit personal and a little bit emotional on this Opal, this whole Opal transaction. And you know, I was kind of like, well, we don't want to talk about it, but I guess we're going to be there shortly. I know, but here's the deal on the Opal. So we bought the Opal. An Opel GT was Becky's first car in high school, and so I've got my first car, not the exact one, but a nicer example basically.
Right.
I've got the '79 Capri RS Turbo, and then we saw this Opel. It's like, okay, well, you have your high school car, I have my first car essentially, and so we put it on the website. We bought the car at Barrett Jackson, and I don't think the crowd really appreciated what this car was. And I don't think people realized what a special car this was. So at the auction, and it was like the fifth car in on like
Saturday morning.
Yeah. So it was a Saturday car, but it was an early Saturday car. And we were literally just hovering around this car.
Yeah.
And we were just praying, because the red one went for like over 25 grand.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm going, but I told Becky, I said, you know what? This one should bring way more than the red one.
Right.
But I had a funny feeling. I'm like, I think this might bring less. We didn't know.
That
It's
color
either going to
maybe
bring,
just didn't resonate with people.
you know, not the resale red,
Right,
you know.
exactly.
But, you know, and in that environment, you know, you get it out in the open, in the countryside, the thing's gorgeous.
Yeah.
But, you know, it just, I don't know, sitting around a bunch of other cars, it didn't really stand
that's
out.
what
But
stood out.
what was interesting, though, is we were just following the car, hovering around the car. And, but we ran into the son that was selling the car, and it was his dad's car. He bought it brand new, and the son was 16 years old.
Yep.
So, you know, so that made obviously a big impression on him, because his dad got this new little sports car. He's 16, but you know, but I think it was his dad's baby. If I remember the gentleman telling me, I don't think his dad let him drive it much.
Not much.
No,
I
I think he pretty much like, this is my baby, you know, and he was pretty protective of the car. Just was an unbelievable custodian of this car, because there is no rust on this car.
Nope.
And yeah, there's a few little door dings and some stuff like that. And it came from Washington.
Like to think that
Well, but I guess they came from Washington
the
State.
dry side of
The dry side,
of the
yeah,
mountains
the
or
desert
whatever.
side of the mountains,
Yeah.
exactly, the dry side.
Yeah.
And but so we actually talked to the gentleman a lot, and you know, and I'm still in contact with him, and so it was nice to talk to him. So we bought this car. It's one of those cars where we bought, you know, personally, you know. But I mean, when you own a dealership, you know, you own the cars whether they're belong to dealership or they're in your garage. I mean, they're all your cars, you know. So, you know, and then we like to put cars on the website for promotion and stuff. There's some cars that aren't on the website, and there's some cars that were on the website.
Yeah.
And then when they got too much interest, people wanted to buy it, we actually marked them sold and kept them. So we do that sometimes. You know, we decide to keep a car. So I put this car on the website, and I've been following these. We know these cars our entire life, right? And so, and I've been looking for one, and I've been following them. The values are going up. They're really underappreciated, and but the values are going up, and so, you know, it's like, what's this car worth?
Right.
Well, when you've got the best example of something, it's really hard to put a number on that car.
Right.
Because there aren't comparables.
Right.
Now, if you go to Bring a Trailer, you'll find lots of Opel GTs that have sold, you know, but every single one of them is repainted or restored or reconditioned. You know, they all are.
Yeah.
You know, or if they're not repainted, you know, it desperately needs restored. You know, but for one in this condition, so we put it on the website. We didn't really market the car. Actually, I feel kind of bad because
it kind of just had it stuck away.
It only had a couple pictures.
Right.
I didn't have any interior pictures.
Right.
I didn't have any. We were not.
Yeah.
It was I feel kind of bad because people would message like, "Hey, can you give some more information?" And if somebody would ask about the Opel, we'd send them a few more pictures, you know. But we were keeping it on the down low. You know, it was just on our website.
Shouting it from the mountaintop.
No, we weren't really advertising it. It was a terrible ad. No write up. No pictures.
Right.
You know,
Not your
it was.
typical
But
mob ad.
but that was by design. That was on purpose. So we had the car on the website, and and we'd get inquiries here and there, and and I was, I would respond to questions, but I wasn't trying to sell it.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there, and we've actually, we had this car on the website, and I got a phone call, and a nice lady, I picked it up, and she answered the phone, or I answered the phone, and she was like, "Is this car real?" And I'm like, and it's kind of sad because there's so many stolen ads for cars and so many fake advertisements for cars. I have found my cars for sale in other people's publications, and like people have stolen our ad, and they scam people and so on and so forth, or they just share it. They have a website, they try to get traffic to the website or something. So I'm like, like the car's legit. I mean, I'm here in Kansas. We've been here 30 years. The car's right in the warehouse. It is a real car. And we got to talking, and so we're on the phone, and we're chit chatting about the car. And she lives in Indianapolis, Indiana. And so I always get a little anxiety when somebody calls on the Opal.
Yes.
And I don't want to be too enthusiastic about it, but her name is Katie, and she started telling me her story, and this is where my whole attitude changed. So the story with her, because we have relationships with a lot of our cars, we have history, they have sentimental values, and the Opal is a big one. It's strong, I mean, this is a car, honestly, that if I got too much attention with it, like too many inquiries, I would have either raised the price or marked it sold, and I was really on the border of doing that, because we'll never find another GT like this with the jade green metallic, the 30,000 miles, no rust, all original paint, interior, everything. So it's really tough. But anyway, she started telling me the story, and so her dad bought an Opel GT brand new, and it's this exact color, exact year. It's this exact car when she was a kid, and so she grew up in this car. She knew everything about the car, every little switch, every little idiosyncrasy, everything. She said she would ride on his lap, and and everything. So this was her growing up. This was her dream car as well as her dad's.
Yeah.
And then in 1983, when she was 15 years old, and I've talked with Katie about this, and I think she's okay with me sharing the story, and she might even elaborate when we meet up with her. But her dad contracted cancer at 40 years old, and I try to keep it together. So he passed away. I'm gonna have to come back. I'm gonna try to get through this.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Yeah. So
It's gonna be happy.
he was 40 years old, and it was in 1983, and he passed away. And she was 15, and the car that was supposed to be her car when she turned 16, they had
to sell it. Yeah. So she didn't get to end up with it.
So Katie's story really hit home with me, because I have a similar story. Because my mother also developed cancer in 1984. And she was in her 40s.
Yeah.
So when she told me the story about this car became her car, and we talked, and we had a similar moment on the phone.
Yeah.
On the phone, it hit me, and so she literally got in her car and left Indianapolis and drove straight to Wichita.
Okay.
And to come in and see the car. So she stayed over in Kansas City. Then we met up the next day, and we just basically met, and it was like we'd known each other our whole life, you know. And we just went cruising around in the car, and she's telling me how it was her job to go raise the antenna and just all this stuff. And I mean, there was no question of my mind, and that's what a lot of these cars are about, and why we are passionate about what we do, and why we love what we do is because we love cars, and we love to buy them and experience them and enjoy them for our own personal reasons. But we're kind of like, you know, just custodians, you know, just stewards, caretakers of the car, and then somebody else comes along, and that car has a big meaning to that person, right? And that was definitely the case of this car. I couldn't even, you know, fathom the thought of Katie not having this car, right? And so we chit-chatted, and then she went home, and we don't deliver cars. You know, we don't do it. You know, for many reasons. We don't have time. You know, the liability, and you know, just whatever. But so what we're doing today is we're delivering the car, and they're unveiling it to the family. And on top of this story, what makes this story so special, and why Katie started searching for an Opel GT, is because literally the week before she started searching for the Opel GT, she had two sons, a 13-year-old and a 16-year-old son, and her 13-year-old son had passed away the week before. And so she basically just stopped everything. Dropped everything. Took the rest of the year off. And you know, came to you know, basically, and then just happened to punch in the Opel. And on the internet, just, you know, like, hey, I wonder if I could find an Opel GT. The same thing that we've done when we decide to look for a car, and then that's why she calls it "Is this real?" Because it just it seems surreal, you know. And so her son had some sort of rare disease, and I don't think that it was a big surprise. You know, it was something that they knew it was an eventuality. Right. But yeah, just so much, you know, and these cars just really are, you know, true car people, cars are really a part of your life, you know, and it can almost become a family member in a way, because you share so many experiences in them, you know. And so we're delivering this car to Katie. Yeah, it's going to be very, very amazing. So probably more tears to come. So stay tuned, because we'll be pulling up here shortly.
What's here?
Right here, huh?
425, right?
And I think we have arrived. Now we got to figure out where to park. Right. Let's probably just park on the street.
Yeah. So nice to meet you, Becky.
Sorry for the little camera bobble here.
Dave, my dad's younger brother.
Yes.
Becky.
And then Bob.
Oh, this is unusual. Is it electric?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Where did you get it?
I know, right? Isn't that funny?
How are you? Good to see
you. Oh, man.
We shoehorned it in there.
You shoehorned it in
What
there.
do you call it?
It's your car if he's going to unload, I guess, right?
Yeah.
You will probably do that now. You have to.
Oh,
You can back it off. I don't know. I might have to back mine up again, too. We'll give you more space. I'll just leave it in front of her white with these factors up. How was your drive?
I was good. Like overcast. It's so funny. We missed all the rain.
Yeah.
And then it started sprinkling on us, literally.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah, and we're like,
here.
please don't start raining.
Can you believe it's here, Katie? Can you believe it's here?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Isn't that beautiful?
You know, when we left the you know, I actually brought cleaning stuff just in case, because I was going to stop at a car wash.
If
it
we
got
needed
dirty
to.
on the road.
Yeah.
I was going to, we were going to wash it on the trailer.
If we needed to,
But,
yeah.
I'm like, please, weather, hold out, because it started raining in Wichita after we left, so we missed all the weather. And
So you bypassed it. Did you stay somewhere last night? Did you split up?
we
you
we stopped in
St. Louis,
you know,
yeah.
by the airport, you know, didn't, you know, pass there.
It is 13, so I didn't.
Yes.
Yep,
How are you
yep.
doing, Bob? Cummings?
All right.
Oh, sorry,
I'm
Uncle
Dave.
Dave. My dad's brother.
Bob?
Yes, Bob. Yes, sir. What do you think of this thing?
Well, I saw that. I was there when he had the original.
Really?
one, yeah.
Were you really?
Yeah, I'm 71, and my brother was 10 years older than me.
Oh.
He died when he was 40.
Yeah.
So I was about 30.
Yeah.
I think he bought it when he was maybe 37 or something like that. But I don't know if Katie, she had me look for pictures.
I still can't find it.
And I'm a photographer.
No way! Isn't
Oh.
that funny how sometimes
Yeah.
the things closer to you, you just
I
for some
know
reason you
it.
don't have pictures.
I
You were
know.
looking for a picture of you.
In my high school
'Cause that was
senior
her first
pictures,
car.
that was
Oh,
my...
That was
I
her first
remember.
car in high
I saw
school.
the video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I took my senior pictures with it,
Yeah.
and I even got a hold of my mom. And I'm like, well, surely she has them, and she couldn't come up with them either. We can't find them.
Everybody has their senior pictures.
Yeah.
She can't find her senior pictures.
Yeah.
You know, with her car.
Yeah.
I
It's so
can't
funny.
remember if Jim bought this car in. It was obviously, isn't it? The run was 68 to 73. The first
Yes,
run?
correct.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it was obviously, and I know, I don't think it was as early as 68. I thought it was like around 70.
Yeah.
But I don't even know if he bought it the current year,
Right,
or if it
right.
was a used.
Mm.
car.
Right,
I'm
right.
pretty sure it was
But
used.
basically new used regardless. But
Yeah.
it was in
Yeah.
probably what year you think?
I'm guessing 72, but
Okay,
I
yeah.
really don't
So
know.
it could have been new. It could have been new
Yeah.
used. You know, because you really can't tell because this is a 71.
Yeah.
But actually, I don't think this color was available in 70.
It was this color for sure.
Yeah.
That's
And that's a
amazing.
neat color because actually, I had somebody send me like color codes of different years and stuff, and I don't think they had this color in 70.
that-
Early on, yeah.
Yeah.
It was a later color.
It would have to be a
70?
71. Yeah, it would have to
Right.
be a 71 because they didn't have this color until 71.
Okay.
And it's called and it's funny because that's where the people make comments and stuff, and somebody actually put all the color codes in the years.
Oh, really?
And it's emerald,
Jade.
green metallic.
Okay, and this is a 71?
Yes.
Okay, is it possible my brother's could be a 72 in
Yes.
that color? Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Very, very possible.
And say it again, jade what?
Jade green metallic.
All right.
yeah.
Boy, metallic I don't get
Yeah.
at all, do you?
No,
Yeah,
it's got a lot of. I mean, we're
yeah.
overcast, but no. But if you look in here in the sun, it's got a beautiful metal flake to
I
it.
see.
Yeah.
It's just we need the sun to be able to tell better.
Right.
Yeah.
And then here.
I mean, it's just like
Gotta get my house
it's
in the
just like
background.
artwork.
Yeah.
Three's over. 1, 2,
Exactly.
4. Okay.
Katie's in her first drive, and then it's really simple. Just ease out on the clutch, and see, it's super easy. Oh my goodness, what a pro! Oh, no sweat. This is the first time you've driven the car.
Yes. I used to sit on my dad's lap, and on the way home from church, and
Uh-huh.
he would let me steer.
No kidding.
And I always loved it because it was a very special memory of getting to drive on the way home.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And then when he got sick, the amount of treatment that he had for his cancer ruined the use of his left arm.
Oh.
And so I remember then later in life, he would use his right arm, but he would have to drive and then shift.
And then you did the shifting for him.
No, I didn't do the shifting.
Oh, you didn't do the shifting for
No,
him?
I wasn't that old. I was probably like 10. No, not
Oh.
even. It's probably 7. But he realized it wasn't safe, and so that's when he decided to sell it.
Oh, okay.
And I was always disappointed because I thought...
That was going to be your car, right?
Maybe, but I was so little. Like, it was maybe just that I was sad that Kermit was gone.
Yeah.
More than anything else.
Because it's such a part of your life.
Right. And then... So then this spring, I don't know what got into me, but I just was like, I wonder if there are any Opel GTs out there that are
I've
green.
done the same thing.
And of course, there are a lot on eBay for $50, which I bought.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
I have a little classic cars model.
Oh, my goodness.
But then I scrolled down and I saw this listing, and I was like, no way.
I know. It was so funny when you called me because you were like, okay,
Is
this real? Exactly. That was your first question. Is this
because
real?
I had talked to someone else, and
Yeah.
he had said, oh, I need to take that listing down. My car's, it's already sold.
Uh-huh.
Which, but it wasn't a green one.
Okay.
So...
Yeah, there's lots of circumstances that, could make you wonder. And then I was also saying, there's a lot of people that will take my ads and they'll, like, steal them. You know what I mean? And they'll make a listing. Yeah, exactly. And, whether it's scam or even if they're just sharing my listing, you know what I mean? And that sort of thing that kind of happens or whatever. But, see, it's just super easy to drive. Super easy. I mean, you're like, this is like old hat for you.
I taught myself how to drive a stick shift in high school.
Oh my goodness. But I'm just saying.
It was really rocky at the beginning.
No, but I'm saying you're like, I mean, you said you haven't driven a stick forever, but I mean, you're driving it like you've been driving this thing all year.
It's easy.
It's easy. I told you, right? It's easy to drive. It's a torquey little motor, so like, just, you can let out the clutch and not even give it gas and it won't stall,
Right.
And the shifting with just being an H4 pattern is super easy.
Yeah.
Look at you.
I don't think anybody in this neighborhood has seen anything like this.
No. I mean, you've just driven it like a pro. How cool is that? So you feel a lot better now, right? Just kind of...
I was so scared.
Yeah, no, I knew you'd do great. I knew you would do great.
I was worried that...
But that's why I'm like, well, let me just give you a little refresher.
I just had these like nightmares last night of like the first day driving it, there would be a car accident.
No.
Be like, back to the drawing board.
We're not home yet. No.
Right. But I thought...
it's so easy to drive. And like I said, there's no confusion with the gears. The clutch is really easy.
Right. It's easy. It's not stiff at all. I was surprised.
Mm-hmm. It's not a lot of horsepower, so it doesn't have to have a heavy clutch.
Right. What do you think the safest distance would be if I wanted to like drive it for a longer drive? Do you think?
You drive it however you want to drive it.
Well, I'm not going to drive it back to Wichita.
Yeah. Well, no. I mean, but as far as like, you mean like if you want to take it, I would think you could drive this car anywhere. Basically, you're kind of talking about taking it on a trip.
Right.
That kind of driving?
Like driving that up to Michigan.
It's got brand new tires on it. The oil's been changed. Everything's done. I think you could drive it, just as long as the weather's good, know. But I mean, it's got an incredible heater. It's got an incredible heater. I mean, I would drive this car anywhere. I would have driven the car here if I wasn't worried about, semi-trucks and rocks,
Right.
Like we actually did have a dump truck coming on the interstate, and he was in the middle of the lane. There's 3 lanes, right? And of course he's in the middle instead of the right lane, and the Audi got hit by a few rocks, but that's just our old beater. But I was saying that's why it's nice to have that car in front of it to protect the Opel, Yeah, because that's the original windshield.
Like wrap it in bubble wrap.
But drive it though. It's meant to be driven. That's the whole thing. Oh wow. It's so fun. It's such a perfect day, honestly. It's being a little overcast.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, here, I'll show you your headlights. I'll go ahead and do them for you.
Okay.
Remember, watch your lights.
Yeah.
Kermit.
Now, do you have to turn them on, or when you flip them over?
No, when you flip it, they automatically switch on.
Got it.
And then when you pull it back, and you'll get the speed of that down. Like Becky in the video, she put the lights up and she actually went too fast and they were like plunk, you know. But once you kind of do it a few times, you kind of get like how much effort and speed you need to put into it. Because you don't want to go any faster than you need to. You're doing so good.
Okay, I'm worried about stalling it. What is the number one reason that people stall a stick shift?
I don't know. You haven't given any reasons. You've been driving it perfectly.
I'm just trying to remember why I used to stall occasionally.
I don't know. I mean, honestly, your instincts are perfect, and you're not thinking, and so you're doing perfect.
Well, I'm trying to
if
think
you
about how
started
to train
thinking
my
about
son
it,
to drive.
your son. Well, do this, okay? The main thing you want to do with him is to get used to the clutch engagement.
Yeah.
So I would rather have him stall it a few times.
Yeah.
In other words, I would have him just ease out on the clutch and let the car take itself. What I don't want him to do is try to time the throttle. Synchronizing the throttle and the clutch is always trickier because you're doing two things.
Right.
I would literally have him learn the clutch first.
Okay.
So basically, at an idle, just let the clutch out, and the car will go.
Yeah.
So actually, we'll after we get to past this light, I'll give you an example of what to do.
Okay.
Because he wants to learn the clutch engagement first, and then he can start feeding throttle in. So do this here. Just go forward. I don't think there's anybody behind us, right? So just stop in the road after the light. Okay, just stop.
In first gear?
Yeah, just stop, and the clutch is in, right? Now, literally, just go ahead and come to a complete stop. Put your clutch in, okay? No throttle. Okay, put your foot on the brake.
Yeah.
Now, what you're going to tell him to do is just slowly come off the throttle and just keep, and slowly until the car goes without throttle. So just let out. Yeah, I know you want to go throttle. No, you're good.
No,
you're in first gear.
Let out the
Easy.
clutch.
Yeah. Okay, no throttle. No throttle.
That's afraid it's going to stall.
No, but that's my point. You're learning the clutch.
Oh, I got
You see what I'm saying?
I got
See,
you.
now try it one more time. See, he's only thinking about one thing. If you try to get the throttle in there, then you're gonna, and then it scares him, and he revs it and takes off, and then he panics. You see what I'm saying? Do one thing at a time. Teach him how to do the clutch first. But do you see how I was telling you? When you let it out, it won't stall.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It'll actually go, and won't stall even at an idle because it's such a lightweight car.
Got it. I'll tell him to just watch a bunch of YouTube videos.
Yeah, but doing it's different, you know? So go ahead and just stop here and do it again, because you're going to teach him to do this. So put it in first gear, right? And then, let's let this car go. Go ahead. Oh, we got multiple cars.
Yeah.
And then they'll go. And then just ease out on the clutch, no throttle. I think you're in third.
Oh, sorry.
No, I think you're in third. Okay, so just ease out on the clutch, no throttle. You're on the brake. Let off the brake.
I know.
Okay, now just ease out.
Oh, I see.
See?
It just...
And it'll go. Yeah.
Right.
See? And then just go. And he'll be more comfortable that way.
Got it.
You know, because everything's happening slowly.
Right.
And then he'll get to learn the clutch. And then he'll
feel
start to, and then he'll start to apply throttle later.
Right.
But you just want to teach him the clutch first.
Right. Okay, I'm going to back it up.
There you go. You got it. Yep. You got it.
Is it supposed to make that any sense?
It just wasn't. It kind of was between two gears. There you go.
I'm going to give you room so you can pull.
Yeah, no, you're good.
Okay.
Success.
Woohoo!
Yay!
We made it. You survived.
Oh, I wasn't worried at all.
I was thinking maybe I need to get a student driver.
Yeah, we need to put a little thing on top of the roof, right?
Yeah.
Student driver. No, you did great.
Thank you.
What do you think?
I love it.
Well, she drove us all around. She was perfect. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. I mean, you would have never known.
She's taking it to the garage?
Yeah, she's driving around her stuff.
Bullet in that.
Yeah, see, she's totally fine. She was worried. That's why I wanted to go for a drive with her, because she was worried.
I assume we can.
Oh, don't pay attention to us. Yeah, you jinxed yourself. Don't pay attention to us. Yeah, you're clear on our side. Totally clear. And your angle is perfect. So just get her going. You got it. You got it. You got it. Keep going. Keep going. Straighten it up. Straighten it up. Straight. 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 There you go. Go, girl. You got it. You're almost there. Yep. You're good. You're good. You're good. Look at her. She's just like, I got this. Stop talking.
You got 5 feet.
There you go.
That's good, right?
Perfect.
You're gonna want to move it over.
Well, she got it in there at least.
I can't believe how your confidence has soared already.
Well, that's why we need to do it without you guys all in here, because you're all like,
I can't handle the pressure.
Well, it's like, let me do it on my own, man.
Look at that. You got it perfect, though. Going with the window.
It's perfect. Yeah.
You are a pro. There she
remember my
is.
dad yelling at me about slamming the door.
Yep.
Oh, and the antenna.
Yeah.
Are you gonna give us a headlight demo? Or does Bob need to? Is it automatic?
No, it's a manual.
Well, it's 6 o'clock. Do you guys want to go get our steak dinner, and then
Sure.
we'll drive it around
Yeah.
at night, and we'll do the headlights.
There you
then?
go. Sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
Never turned down a good dinner.
No.
No.
Well,
right.
safe and sound.
Yeah, all tucked away.
Tucked away. And there it goes. Nighty night. All right. Well, that was such a fun little stay over. I mean, so we had a great time with these folks. I mean, just, I don't know. It's just, you know, you just meet people and
make a connection with.
Yeah. I mean, you know, you're kind of from the same era. And then her uncle was awesome.
He was here to celebrate getting the car.
Yeah, he was here to celebrate, and
His brother.
he was a professor or something, and he actually taught all kinds of different things. But one thing he actually taught was music and rock and roll music. And so, man, it's now
We went
like
down a whole wormhole.
yeah,
of all
it's
kinds of things.
at our home. It's 11. It's 15 after 11 here. We were going to leave in the morning, and it's 15 after 11. We've been sitting there in the kitchen just talking. We could stay here for hours, but it's like, well, we better get on the road.
Yeah.
But it's such a great time. She's going to take her uncle out, and they're going to go driving around the Opel right now. So we're leaving Indiana, headed towards the house, and everything's just such a wonderful, wonderful time. So we'll touch base with you as we get closer. We'll touch base with you as we get closer home.
Yeah.
Stay tuned. Well, cruising on the road, and we had to get some Freddy's.
Yep.
Chocolate Brownie Delight. Becky?
Turtle.
Turtle.
Yep.
So, getting close to finishing our trip here, and unfortunately, we did not snag a car. So, I guess finishing with ice cream isn't all that bad. Right, babe?
Right.
So, we're gonna be pulling into the house here. So, this will conclude this video. Appreciate you tuning in here. Like and subscribe if you would, and then you never know, because you never know when you might have your next dream car, right, Becky? Maybe you should say it.
You never know when we might have your next dream car.
Yes. Have a great day. Happy motoring.